Hi, my name is Jennifer and I play the clarinet. And I'd like to share some information about the instrument that will help you do a better job composing. First of all, the clarinet has a gorgeous chocolatey sound, and it's especially beautiful in the low register. So I'll play a little sample here for you. In the middle register, it sounds like this. And the clarinet actually has one of the largest ranges of all the woodwind instruments, and here is a little sample from the high register. The clarinet can play as low as a written E and a written C, like 6 or 7 lines above the staff. It's really shrill and pretty hard to control sometimes. It gets really difficult to play up that upper altissimo range, but it is doable. I say written because the clarinet is an instrument that is in the key of B flat, whereas the flute and oboe are in the key of C. So when you're writing for it, you'll have to write a step up so that it will sound a step lower to match the other instruments. So you'll have to consider that when you're writing. As far as specific key signatures for the clarinet, pretty much any key signature is fine. I mean, obviously, the more flats and sharps, typically the trickier it is, but any key is fine for our instrument, and any trills are fine. Pretty much we can do whatever you'd like. Things that are specifically good for the clarinet are the clarinet's known again for its low register, and it's also really good at playing quietly and having beautiful decrescendos that can be really controlled. And I'll do a little demonstration for you. So, as you can see, it can play really quietly, and often a lot of composers, like in band or orchestra, sometimes they'll end a piece with like the clarinet because it can play so softly at the end of pieces. Another thing that the clarinet is really well suited for is large leaps and or wide intervals that can be slurred or tongued. The mechanism is really great for that. The clarinet is weakest maybe at really fast articulation. We can't double tongue or triple tongue like other instruments can really easily, and so like if it's a super fast tempo with a really fast rhythm, that could be something that might be problematic or something that you ought to consider when you're writing. There are some really cool effects that the clarinet can do as well. Glisses are really fun. Clarinet players love those. They're a lot easier to play in the high register. So that's kind of fun to do, and you can really bend the pitch quite far on the clarinet, as you could hear before. Also really fun to do are multiphonics, and that's where you get more than one pitch at the same time, but it's very difficult. And so there are many different multiphonics that if you're interested in, you can research yourself. Flutter tongue is also an extended technique that you could use. And I mean, the list goes on and on. It's really hard when things are vague. I like having things marked, like if you want a certain dynamic, then it's good to have that marked, or like putting expressions in the score is really helpful, especially with a new piece, because there's not a history behind it. We would be, well, the first ones to make that for you. Composers that write really well for the clarinet, you have to say Mozart if you're a clarinet player. I would recommend listening to the Clarinet Concerto. Mozart wrote it because he loved the sound of the clarinet, and I think listening to that concerto would give you the quintessential clarinet classical sound. And so I think that would be a great way to learn about the sweet sound that the clarinet can make, and you'll get a good grasp of all of the ranges that the clarinet can play in and articulation styles, and you'll see a really sensitive legato playing in the second movement and really playful playing and fast playing in the third movement. I really enjoy playing Brahms. Brahms was inspired to write his clarinet sonatas after he heard the Weber Clarinet Concerto and the Mozart Clarinet Concerto performed at a festival, and he had sworn that he would never compose again until he heard the clarinet. And so I think that is a great listen for beautiful phrases and how the clarinet can blend with other instruments, and just gorgeous writing, particularly in the high and low register. In addition, to check out some extended techniques, I would look at Jörg Wiedmann's Fantasy. I'm working on it right now, and it has some pretty wild extended techniques in terms of multiphonics, flutter tongue, key clicks, and you'll get a good idea of some different timbres and textures that you can get from the clarinet. Good luck!